Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, the weigh-in just concluded. It's fight time for these two gentlemen, David Benavidez versus Boo Boo Andrade. Just want us to get together very quickly and react to it. Of course, that's what we like to do, react to the weigh-ins, and then, we'll do our final prediction video tomorrow. But Demetrius Andrade came in at 167.5. David Benavidez came in at 167 on the dot. Of course, this is a ceremonial weigh-in. It is not the actual official weigh-in. They did that earlier today, so we were already familiar with the weights. So yeah, man, just seeing both of those gentlemen on the scale. David looks like David. He doesn't look quite as cut and ripped as he did versus Caleb Plant, but he still hit the weight. Andre surprisingly looks very big. Like, Andre looks wide. He looks big. I know he was moving up from 160 pounds, but Andre looks pretty big. I'm excited for the fight, Jay. I've told people that, I've heard David Benavidez actually listen to a video from him today, or an interview from him today, where he was basically saying that he's just like Caleb Plant. Personally, I think that's a mistake. He is not just like Caleb Plant. They do not fight just alike. What you can categorize them as are slick fighters, but you cannot say that they're just alike. And I think that might be a mistake on David's part. Not saying that that's my prediction, Boo Boo Andrade. I'm just saying that could possibly be a mistake for David Benavidez. And then we did also see Jamal Charlo weigh in at 166 pounds versus Jose Benavidez, who I think came in at 161.2. But Jose had to say what he had to say. He's not dedicated. He's a little bitch and all that. He's gonna knock him out. And it's interesting because when they asked Jamal, he pretended as though he didn't even hear what he said. And then when the guy let him know what he actually said, then he was like, huh? So it is what it is. Saw Terrence Crawford there as well, so it was good to see him, a fellow PBC fighter, because Terrence Crawford is PBC. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but he was there. But Jay, yeah, man, I'm very excited about this fight. So Jay, what's your thoughts on the weigh-in?
I mean, I was surprised how Boo Boo filled out. I was surprised where he filled out. I was like, he looked swole. Man, like he was hurting himself.
You say filled out, man, like he a woman. Pause.
I hate you. Anyway. Looks like 168 might be a better weight class for him because he didn't have to really kill himself to get down to the 160, 154. And with David didn't look like he didn't look drawn in as far as his cheekbones and everything in his face, like he's looked in other fights, like he was struggling to make the weight. He made it comfortably. He was actually a pound less than the 168 weight limit at 167. So both of them came in. I think they both look ready. They both show mutual respect. Andrade is just different. The way the type of character he is, the way he does things is just funny. He doesn't really get into the back and forth. I mean, him and David don't have bad blood anyway. But David did say, they asked him like, so how do you feel about the fight? I'm going to knock his A out. Yeah. Where Andrade is just like the new and still. He's trying to like make a slogan, kind of like Shannon Briggs did, with "Let's Go Champ." It ain't working for Boo Boo, but to your point, Boo Boo is not Caleb Plant. He's a different type of fighter. He's an awkward and slick fighter. Caleb's just pretty much a straight up boxer, really. He's not very slick like Boo Boo, I would say. Plus, he's a southpaw, so we'll see how it breaks down tomorrow. It's going to be a hell of a fight. I think this card in general is a great card. Even with Maul coming in overweight, he did seem like he was kind of like a days ago at first. Then, like you said, after the announcer told him what Jose Benavidez Jr. said, he kind of got a little crunk a little bit at the end. But I don't know. It's weird energy that Jamal's pushing off. I don't know if it's just because of all the stuff he's been through. He's trying to change himself, find himself, and just changes a new calm, before the storm. I don't know, but it's going to make a good entertainment because Jose Benavidez Jr., he looks like he's ready. Like he's ready to try to prove a point. He definitely showing that. I was also surprised at the size, the height and everything between Jose Benavidez Jr. and Maul. They looked almost identical in height and everything, So, I mean, Jose Benavidez Jr., although he's coming up, he's not a small dude. He's not a small dude by far. So it's going to make for an intriguing fight between those two. The whole card is going to be really good, I think. And Booba and David, I think they're going to get at it. I think it's going to be a damn good fight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight. One of the things that I look at, when we have these weigh-ins to see if either one of the fighters look uncomfortable, if they have any kind of anxiety, anything that shows that they might have a level of anxiety or nervousness. I look for little ticks like, constantly moving around. I know one tick is like, fidgeting. Exactly. I didn't see any of that in either one of the fighters. I thought in the initial press conference, Boo Boo, appeared to be a little bit shaky, but then at the same time, I didn't really know if that was his personality or not. But then following those interviews up and getting the opportunity to see him interact with interviewers, it's clear to me that that's more so his personality, not necessarily any kind of anxiety associated with it. And I think David Benavidez picked up from that as well, because he mentioned after the first interview, oh, he's nervous. I don't think he's nervous. I also don't think David Benavidez is nervous. I think both fighters are undefeated. They're both very confident in what they bring to the ring. And I think both of them truly believe that they're going to get the victory tomorrow. David said that, he's going to knock him out. Maybe. But the one thing that, is concerning for me in regards to David, just based off of everything that I've heard, and I haven't heard anything from Demetrius Andrade that I feel is overly concerning. But again, I'm going to go back to this. He's just like Caleb Plant. He's just like Caleb Plant. And it's like, to me, that's a mistake. He's not just like Caleb Plant. Andrade has mentioned on multiple occasions that, he's just going to be Andrade, right? He's going to be slick. He's going to use movement, those types of things, which is just Andrade. Andrade is expecting to see David Benavidez. He doesn't feel like David Benavidez is somebody that he's never seen in the ring before, or that he's seen in the ring before, and that, he's going to be the exact same version or something similar to what he's seen. He's looking at David Benavidez as the Mexican monster, the other best 168-pounder in the division, and I think that's the appropriate way to look at it. David, not so sure if he's actually doing that. And if they're game planning for Caleb, again, Caleb ran out of gas. Caleb was winning a lot of those early rounds. He ran out of gas. Andrade does not need to move around constantly in order to evade shots. We've seen that. Now, I think his style is somewhat awkward. I think sometimes he's giving less than stellar performances. But from what I've seen out of Andrade, he doesn't necessarily have to utilize a bunch of movement in order to be successful in a fight and or evade punches. And because Caleb did, he ran out of gas. I'm not sure if Andrade's going to run out of gas. If he gets a head start on this fight, then I think you get to round 5 and 6. Definitely going to get interesting because, again, David may need a knockout at that point if he falls behind and this guy doesn't run out of gas. So those are my thoughts.
I mean, it's going to be interesting. Andrade is just he's a vet and very crafty. So I don't think David's ever fought someone that crafty as Andrade. Andrade, he's very slick about the way he moves in the ring, where he does stuff. He can make things, he can muddy it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to let you just do the normal tie up and stuff like that. He makes stuff awkward to get you off game. And that can also end up frustrating David. So David has to be on his P's and Q's. And to your point, Caleb was doing real well in the early part of that fight until he ran out of gas. We don't know what type of tank Andrade will have in this type of fight here, because we know David can go throw punches and bunches, and can overwhelm his opponents at times. So it makes for an intriguing fight. The styles definitely will clash, and I'm looking forward to it. I think this is going to be a real good card. Not necessarily end off the year, but close to ending the year. This is a great card.
Totally agree. You guys tell us what you think in the comment section in regards to the weigh-in. What did you see from both of the fighters? Did you see anything that could actually predict what's going to happen tomorrow night live on pay-per-view? Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and we are out.